What's going on, YouTube world and Pamper Gang? This is the boy with the Pampers and Toys, Al, recording from paradise. Paradise, 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 paradise. You are invited to my paradise. You. Okay, enough. Paradise. You are invited to my paradise. Paradise. All right, so please make sure you all like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Boy with the Pampers and the Toys. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe to your family, your friends, and your enemies. And the haters behind the enemies we gotta go to war with no reaction, no satisfaction, and go forward though, yeah. I'm an expert today, y'all. But also follow my Instagram, well, Twitter and Instagram. I try to do that in order. Twitter, Instagram page, The Boy with the Pampers and the Toys, and you know how I upload. You know what cracks me up, family? I look at a lot of the younger guys and younger girls, younger guys and dolls. That's what I like to really call y'all, guys and dolls. And shout out to Fat Daddy for saying guys and dolls. I'm gonna give that to him. He know who he is if you ever watch my video. So I'm trying to learn new things, and I guess I done got old. I'm like old, but I'm trying to learn some new things. But I'm trying not to like really copycat because I don't want the youngins to be like, he copied off me. I did it first. I did it. You know, sometimes you gotta get a couple bruises. You know, when you fall down in the trees and the bushes and the hills, and just don't hit the rock out the bottom. And okay, so today it's gonna be a pretty lengthy video. I'm gonna try my best to chop it up. I don't want to make this video too long, but if it's long, hey, Long John Silver had to do it. Why can't I? So today is going to be a Marvel Legends Day. As you can see, I got my X-Men shirt on, and it's got, you know, everybody on here. It looks like it's Jubilee, Jean Grey, Beast, Storm with the Mohawk, and Cyclops and Wolverine. So I'm pleased with that. I miss my rogue though. I need my rogue and my Forge and my everybody else in there. Gambit, especially Gambit. Gambit, I always thought it was him growing up. I think I used to wear like a mop wig and put a black sock around that mop wig. You would think I'm an old Gambit. You look like George Washington's son. Dollar bill, y'all. Anyways, so today's gonna be a Marvel Legends Day. And we're going to be talking about a 5-pack edition that I had purchased a while back. This box set has been out for a while, but like I said, here at the boy with the Pampers and the Toys, we don't care how old the figure is. The figure can be 100 years old, but I don't think I will be sharing it on YouTube. It's 100 years old. Anyways, so this is the X-Men villain set right here, and you know, it's kind of insane that they want $125 for this, but because let's see, so there's 5 figures total, and each one's $25. But the question and the real gagger is it really worth it? So we're gonna get to some things, but this is the box set right here, and I think it's a cool box. I think I might keep this box. I don't know. This reminds me of a box of cereal. You'd be thinking, I put it on top of my refrigerator, like, I want some X-Men cereal. I want to look bad. As you can see behind me, Yoda, yes, Eileen, and Tiffany, and all of them still exist in my life. They still employed here. They have work to do. I haven't talked about them in a while. But Yoda, how's everything going? Yoda, you gonna speak, sir? He says he's working hard. And so long. All right, buddy. You handle the girls. The girls have been getting along really well, but that's okay. Enough about them. They have to get back to work. So basically, I already got it unboxed, so I won't have to really open up stuff. I'm trying to do different things differently, gang. I apologize. I really try my best to have stuff open before I show you all. Y'all family to me, so that means a lot to me. So today, as you can see, let me show that box one more time before I go over the figures. We're going to go into some order of rotation, but As always, we're gonna get to we're gonna do ladies first, get into a little feminine energy. So we're gonna be talking about Vertigo. Miss Vertigo, we love you, Vertigo, Vertigo, Vertigo. Oh, I don't know about you, Vertigo. Okay, so this is Vertigo. She was with the Marauders. I think it's what they call the Marauders, and she's one of the original OGs in that group as well. I do know in a comic book, I do remember her getting deleted, and she came back as a clone and fighting. I forget I can't keep up with all the series in the X-Men series at all. I try my best to keep up with everything, but anyways, we're gonna talk about this figure. Let me go over a few things. Let's see. Hold on. Well, from what I see, it looks like this figure is cheap. I don't feel like she was worth $25. I'm gonna tell you why. This head sculpt right here, I love the hair and everything. The face is cool for this, but this is a Sue Storm repaint right here, head sculpt. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Sue, where you at, girl? Wow, where is that Sue Storm figure at? I got it somewhere over here, but I don't want to knock that out. These Marvel figures. But this is basically a repaint. Now, what I remember about Vertigo in the comic books, she was a very curvy, like, girl. So they used a regular, like, female body on her, and I don't like it. She has a single jointed elbows with no pins. But what I don't like and I don't appreciate is that I have to put hot water. Well, this is where Hasbro got me messed up at. So, if I try to bend her arm, I got to put on some hot water. Because it looks like they did a horrible job. Like, this is a cheap figure. So why would somebody want to pay $25 for a cheap figure? Let's get to the statistics. Hope I'm saying the word statistics. I'm trying to sell informational. So this is a cheap figure. Like, they just put this together real quick, do it on 5-box set. She don't have any type of shape. She just got a regular female body. She looks like she could be on the set of Sweet Valley High or Buffy the Vampire Slayer when Sarah Michelle Gellar was on the show when it first started in, 96, 95 or something. So, she has double pinned, single jointed knees. And it's not, I'm not a fan of the pins and everything, but hey, it is what it is. You know, beggars can't be choosy. She has these female wielding hands I don't like, but I can't bend her elbow because if I try to bend it, see, I'm gonna break her arm. So this is actually, to me, one of the worst female figures I've seen on Marvel Legends. They could have did a better job because we know that Vertigo didn't look purely like this. I mean, they did good on the outfit. I'm playing music, but she don't have any shape. The arms are like horrible. So this arm is ready to break off. If I was to bend this right now, her arm would break off, and you know what? I would be so upset. They could have actually. What is that female character? I talked about her, Madam. She got the green hair. I could probably use this head sculpt for her. And I'm being all the way honest. And I want to quickly grab a female figure, Marvel figure, but I don't want to spend too much time on this. Like, this is like upsetting to me right here, this figure. Like, I wouldn't recommend nobody to buy this. I thought this was trash. Even though this box set's been out for almost close to a year, this is just my first time having one and opening it up, and I'm so disappointed. Because Vertigo, she's like, her powers, if I'm not mistaken, she could slow down a person and make them come to her and trap them. And I'm not really 100% sure what else she does because I've read only her being a villain in the comic books a few times. So I'm not really familiar with that character fully. But she does come with 2 fists. I don't know why. Is she a fighter? Thanks for making me a fighter. So I'm going to switch her little fist out. And she has another fist as well, just like that. So there's really no point of showing it. It looks just like that. But, I mean, I give this figure, this is the lowest score I ever gave a Marvel figure. I'm going to give her a 5 out of a 10. Because I thought that they could have done better with the choice of body. Repainting the Sue Storm from Fantastic Four head sculpt, that's horrible. Like, they just made a female quickly, like, almost like AI program. All these people using these apps to make themselves look a certain way. It's horrible. But enough about her. I'm disappointed with this figure. I really am. But the outfit's cute. The color's cute. Moving on from Fifth Element. Alright. So, next we're going to be talking about Pretty Boy. What's that Janet Jackson song on her album? I think it was on her second album. Such a pretty boy. Yes, you are. Ooh, yes, you are. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know why he was called Pretty Boy, but I digress. So, Pretty Boy, he was a part of the Reavers, and y'all know that the Reavers was in the actual one of Wolverine's movies. So they're a group of cyborgs. They don't really try to take over the world or anything to that discretion. They more so just want to eliminate mutants, and I think maybe that's what their program software is. You know, they will not program software. I'm getting my words tied up. That maybe they kind of, sort of, just want to delete all mutants. That's all music. All mutants. I don't know. I don't know what their goal and their priorities are, but it looks like they just want to destroy mutants. That's all, because they're a bunch of cyborgs. So with Pretty Boy, he's actually a good-looking figure. He's something different I have never saw in the Marvel Legends series. And so, let's check out the elbows. So he has double jointed elbows. Moving back and forth. And let me go back to Vertigo real quick, because I wasn't being fair at all. Sometimes I skip a beat. Her head can move around, so it looks like she might have a lollipop head under there. I'm not gonna take it off because I'm scared that ain't gonna put it back on. The chest area for her wasn't all that great, but you know, twist and shout. But just want to show you that she's worthless. So basically, what's cool about this figure is that he is a cyborg. Look at this. This is really good. What I'm pleased about is that a lot of times the Marvel Legends feet are not really suitable to stand up. And hold on. He stands up pretty easy. And with Pretty Boy to me just gives this gruesome look of, I'm just going to destroy everything in my possession. Everything that comes around me. Everything. So let's see. The knees. He has double jointed panless knees. And I hate pins, so I'm going to say it a million times. I don't care. You can actually, like, I will say this. Like, if you wanted to do a photo or anything, you can, like, have him any kind of way you want on the photo of a pose. Like, this is what's so great about this figure. Like, his feet are very straightforward. Because, you know, the feet, you know, you push it up and down and all of that. And then, let's see. The head moves around pretty great. I ain't gonna say nothing terrible about that. The chest area, you know, pops back and forth. I love the paint. I love the silver paint they use when they sculpt this figure. Like, this is a good looking figure. I really do like this figure a whole lot. I would say this is one of my top This will be one of my top 10 favorite Marvel figures of all time. Just in my top 10. Let's see. He comes with actual some weapons of choice. So, you know, with these, he has two fists. So them are just two fists balled up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use his handgun hands because I want him to hold both of his guns. He deserves to hold both of them. Okay. He does come with two machine guns. Well, one has a clip, unloaded clip, right here if you can see it. One looks like it could be a silencer one or something, some type of scan ray gun. I don't know to that degree. And the other one looks like it could just. They are two different guns. You could look at them both. They're both definitely identical. And let's go ahead and get this bad boy going. And there's another thing I forgot about Vertigo too. I do apologize, family, because sometimes I can definitely jump ahead of myself when it comes to presenting these figures. Vertigo did come with some type of powers or something like that, so I'm going to get back on the bandwagon after I talk about him on that for her. I just was trying to get that figure out of the way because that figure disappoints me. It really does. It's one of the most horrible female figures besides that female villain from Deadpool, the villain lady with the black outfit. I thought she was horrible too. So as you can see, he's just ready for war, just ready to blazing in and bust down the doors. So I do love the facial expression. He makes him look evil and makes him look like trustworthy, and you can't even get enough of that. I think this right here is maybe like some type of light, I'm assuming, when he flashes or something, or maybe like a ray. I don't know. He's a cyborg for crying out loud. And what's so great about this, I would love for them to have this figure sold separately. I'm gonna try to look for them separately. I would love to change your head sculpt and put it like on a suit, booted body, and maybe a Wakanda Forever. The one guy on there, just because I got an X one, I could just snatch his head off and put it on there, and he'd be like Mr. X on Streets of Rage. Y'all get it? Y'all see Mr. X? He just need a little beard, don't he? So, definitely the articulation on this figure is like of good justice. I love it. And when I tell you, you can pose Brother Man any way you want, and I love it. So I'm gonna give this figure definitely a 10 out of 10. I would recommend it in the 5-pack. It's one of my favorite. Real quick, back to Miss Vertigo. I guess I'm gonna show her powers real quick that she came with, which was horrible. I think maybe you put like it in between her hands. I didn't see the point of doing this at all. But I'm gonna go ahead and show it anyway because I should be fair to everyone. It's not right. And I think, well, maybe. I forgot who that went to. I don't know. Oh! I'm jumping ahead. So that was supposed to be Vertigo's powers, I guess. Her little female wielding hands. Ugh. So, but with actually, he has going back to Pretty Boy. He does have this firepower that comes out of his weapons, and I'm going to show that. I wasted so much time and rambling. You know I'm a rambler. So I think that's super dope. I love it. I love it. So that's going to be a good Instagram photo. So he gets a 10 out of 10. Vertigo gets a 5. I should give her a 4.5. That's how angry I am about that figure. Okay, so moving on. Let's talk about Marvel Zero. I don't know really 100% about Marvel Zero. I do know he was like an agent. And he can absorb your powers. And I'm like going back to Pretty Boy. I think his power, he's just a cyborg. He can he's super strong and he just shoots his guns and he's out to delete mutants. But with Zero, Zero basically can absorb people's powers, counter them. If I'm not mistaken, I think I read about him in the comic book one time. So I'm not 100%. If I'm wrong, comic book lovers and all of that, come crucify me on the comics. I can take it. I'm a big boy with a pink X-Men shirt. How about that? So let's see. The figure, he looks average. He got an average male body, Marvel male body. There's really nothing too special about this figure besides the way he looks. It's kind of like they used an average male body, Marvel body, and he looks like a Vision almost. Or they took something from Vision's costume and just made it all white, painted it over, and boom, you got Zero. So I don't really know too much backstory about him. As you can see, the two pinned knees, double jointed knees. Let's see. Bam. Do a kick. Do another kick. Do a split. So I would think I'm not really. That's the only thing I know about his powers, that he absorbs with kinetic energy. That's all I really know about him. He's not like my favorite figure. This is what he looks like, gang. The chest area moves up and down. Head moves up and down. Head scope, all of that. Making sure I'm trying to make sure I get all my figures in front of my camera, because I know in my past videos I had a problem with that, and you don't be thinking you got a problem with it until you look at your videos and you be like, oh, okay. But he does come with two hands and an actual power, so I don't think he's like more of a fighter. The fists I'm about to take off are just balled up fists. That's all they are. And he just came with two sets of hands that's made like that. I'm going to show them. My biggest pet peeve with Marvel figures is if they can stand up. He's just a little decent. And then he has this power right here, which I think is super cool. If you really want to, you can use that for Storm on X-Men, for real. Because Aurora Monroe, baby, circle of life with lightning. So definitely, I think this is really cool. Not the best looking figure of the bunch, but he gets a higher score than old green hair, Vitamin C over there, and Sue Storm, 2.0 clone. And I give him a 9 out of a 10. I just took a whole point off because there's really nothing special about this figure at all. They repainted another figure and just basically like an Iron Man body and just painted over all white. How about that? It's what it looks like to me. So, but definitely, I don't think he's worth $25. I don't think this box set is worth $125. But that's really cool, though. Look at that. I could tell that's probably like, I don't know, some dirt. Okay, so next we're going to be talking about Marvel's Random. So Random, one thing, I read a few comic books about him. He's like a shapeshifter. He was used for evil purposes. And I know eventually the X-Men did, get him a crossover to the other side. He was like a skinny little guy. His powers is that he can imitate anybody's ability, powers, or something like that to that degree. So, did he come with anything? If I'm not mistaken. No, I don't think he came with anything, but definitely, I think he's a decent looking figure. He's not my favorite, but I love the molded boots, how they got the boots. He looks like himself to a degree in the comic books. Looks like they molded the glasses onto him, so they're not removable. You can rip them off, but I don't feel like dealing with all of that for real. but he can definitely level up, match people's strength and powers. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was powers. He could take your he can imitate your powers and the look of stuff. He can imitate looking like a whole bunch of people at one point in time, which that's kind of disgusting. So I love the molded pants that they have on him. They painted the pants and molded it on here. I don't feel like maybe they could have possibly used maybe a bigger Marvel character's body. I don't know. I do love the blazer, the jacket that he got on here. I think it's pretty cool. I like they got the bandana, the glasses, the face scope, the fist, the boots for everything too as well. But I know I'm trying to think of some backstory for this guy, but I can't really remember. It's been so long since I read the comic books. But as you can see, they have, let me see, the chest area is pretty good, pretty dope. He has, these pin double jointed knees. Let me see, can he kick his leg all the way up? That's my thing with articulation. Okay, he's pretty sweet, pretty sweet. Okay, and he's a good poser as well too. I wish I could just put my camera down, but I want to show if I want to take a picture of him like that, he could probably last. So, come on, kick that leg up, fight back, son. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he's the only one that turned good at a certain point in the X-Men series. So he was a villain for so long, but after a while he did turn to the good side. If I'm not mistaken. I do like this figure. I give him a 10 out of 10. This body looked like it could have been Venom's body, a remote, repainted and all of that. Possibly. I don't know. But I do look at that tattoo. The tattoo is everything. He got another tattoo right here. This arm, this is different for me. And he got a barbed wire around his other arm, which is pretty cool. And it looks like the other thing is like a cobra snake or something like that, a cobra snake. Almost like G.I. Joe from a distance. You would have been like, is that G.I. Joe monster? But I don't think G.I. Joe had monsters. They just had evil people. So semi-human. So I do like this figure. I give it 10 out of 10. No, I give it a 10 out of 10. I should actually give it a 9.5. They should have had another head sculpt with him with the glasses. So that's why I do a 9.5. I took out 5 points because he should have had a second head sculpt, but beggars can't be choosy. But last but not least, we're going to be talking about Stryfe. Now, I know a little bit about Stryfe. I read the comic books. Stryfe is a cool character. He's actually a clone of Cable. As you know that, now Scott, and I think it's Mariam, start with Meryl Pride, I think that's what her name was. She was the clone of Jane Grey when Jane Grey came up missing after the Phoenix Saga. Madeline Pride. Madeline and Scott had a baby. And really, Madeline Pride and Jane Grey was the same person, but she was just a clone. She was made from her DNA. So he's really, like Cable, he is the same image as Cable. He just was kidnapped as a child and taken in by Apocalypse. And all he knows is to be evil. He's an evil person. Definitely an evil person. And I really feel like this figure right here is the best figure out of the whole set. I like it too. I love it. So he has the same abilities as Cable. Cable, it was definitely, 200 years in the future that Madeline, I think Scott went into the future 200 years later. I mean, he was summoned by his daughter Rachel, who was older, and she was, dying off. I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for saying that word. I don't know. YouTube is real funny, and to help them fight against the enslavement of their, time. But with Stryfe, it looks like he came with, he did come with 2 sets of hands, 2 fists, but looks like he got some claw things going on, so I do like that. So, he didn't come with no powers. I want him to come like a lightning bolt or something. Like he could have This could be him in front of this instead of Zero. So the head sculpt is very unusual. It kind of gives me, I'm just saying, Lord of the Rings a little bit. The head sculpt does move around quite a bit, like a blow pop ball pen. The cape was everything too. The chest area moves up and down. I love that type of articulation. The arm is pretty cool as well too. He can kick his leg up. That's a plus for me. I'm gonna try to make sure I put the figure in front of the camera so everybody can see. And he has double jointed knees. There are no pins in here. I don't know why they just choose to have pins in some of their knees and not some of their knees. I do love the arms. I do like that they have his actual shoulder pads, arm or something like that to the degree. Because he is basically a clone / cyborg, whatever you call it, half cyborg, clone, whatever it may be. Madeline Pryor and Scott Summers' child. So, as you can see on the back, I think they did well with this. This is the best looking figure out of the bunch. And then I like Pretty Boy. And then behind that is Random. And then behind Random, there's Zero. Zero's a better looking character than the girl, Vertigo. So that's my best to worst. And I do like the spikes. I like how they, I don't know what type of body mode they use. They could have used any big guy body mode. So it can be anybody. Look at the spikes. I think that's super dope, super cool. I love the spikes on the side of the boots. The silver brings out an X-Men Legends character real tough. And then the mask was everything too. I would have loved them to have a human head sculpt of him, but we already know what he looks like. He looks like Cable, basically. He's just Cable's twin clone. So definitely this figure. I wish they would have gave him some powers, like I said before, for his hands. That would have been a plus, but that's cool because I got a lot of little stuff I can add to his hands to make him like he got his powers. So definitely I give him a 10 out of 10. I love it. I like it. So definitely, gang, you have the box set. I didn't want this video to be too long, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm definitely a great stand to everybody. Man, are you pictures home? I think we both are. So I'm gonna put him right here. I'm gonna put the female right here, the whatever she is. And then I'll have Pretty Boy. Pretty Boy is the second, definitely the second best looking character. So I would like to thank all my friends and family who subscribe to my channel, The Boy with the Pampers and the Toys. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Boy with the Pampers and the Toys. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe to your family, your friends, and your enemies. Also follow my Instagram and Twitter pages called The Boy with the Pampers and Toys as well. And like pictures like this you'll see up on here. I mainly put more pictures on Instagram than I do on Twitter because I want to do a little bit something different with Twitter. You know, I don't want to have the same kind of concept that's kind of redundant and repetitive. But thank you, family. Thank you all for supporting The Boy with the Pampers and the Toys. Over here, Eileen and everybody wants to thank you all. And there you go, your 5-box set of X-Men villain characters. Have a great day, everybody. Look at my X-Men shirt again.